Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the digital 4K edition of Alexandre Aja's horror film, Crawl. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. You can also find me on our Twitter and Instagram at Movie Guy 365, as well as over at the Disney Magic Hour podcast. I will leave a link for that in the description. All right, Crawl is here on digital service. You can purchase either through iTunes or Vudu. And unfortunately, there's going to be no 4K edition for the standard Blu Ray, so I'm doing a separate review for Crawl in 4K, which is available digitally. If you were interested in my Blu Ray edition review, look for that later this week. It comes out actually today, so I'll be picking that up later in the day. But for now, let's focus on the digital, which has the 4K. All right, so as far as the movie itself goes, this is probably one of my most welcome surprises of 2019. I wasn't expecting much to go in, to be honest with you. I was expecting something kind of cheesy. I was somewhat familiar with the director's previous work. I know he did the Hills Have Eyes remake, which at that point I had not seen. I have since watched that. And I was just, it didn't have a huge cast, so I was just kind of like, all right, this is part of the AMC plan. I basically get this movie as part of my plan, so why not go see it? I was very surprised how much I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of good monster movie kind of feel to it. It's very creepy, eerie, which plays into how the picture quality, in my opinion, shapes up later on, which I'll touch on. And I just really enjoyed it a lot. It was a lot of fun. It was very suspenseful for the most part, and it's just like good time at the movie. So I was anxious to get my hands on this one. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a physical collector, so I will be getting the Blu-ray edition at some point today. But I wanted to also enjoy what the 4K edition has to offer digitally. Now, my thoughts on the picture quality, we are given a nice Dolby Atmos 4K image. It really looks nice. This is inherently a darker movie. So a lot of it takes place in a basement of this old house near the Florida Keys. So there's a lot of dark black layering. I think HDR/Dolby Vision enhances those blacks very nicely. There is a fair amount of detail. Now, a lot of the alligators are CGI, but they look almost practical. I actually had to look it up outside of the movie, find out if this was actually CGI gators or practical. I mean, it's very close. I would say the director uses that technology very well. It kind of just makes you second guess. Now, when it comes to Dolby Vision, it really enhances those details further. I don't feel it made it stick out more as a CGI, knowing what I know now, but it looks, there's a lot of attention to detail. Black levels are very deep. There's a lot of instances where we get those nice deep inky blacks, especially if you own like an OLED TV. It looks great, actually. Now, there is a little bit of color pop out here and there. There's a couple scenes. There's a scene where there's, I believe it's a sheriff or something pulls up to the house, and or not to that scene in particular, but earlier you see some police lights. Makes very good use of the Dolby Vision color pop, and several other instances like weather related, like lightning, that sort of thing. It doesn't inherently rely on that color pop, but when we do get it, it looks fairly fantastic. Now, audio wise is where I feel that they kind of missed the boat a little bit. Now, we are given a 5.1 surround sound, and for the most part, it's wonderfully utilized. It does sound great. I really wish they would have included a Dolby Atmos in this. It's unfortunate they didn't, but it does have a fair amount of surround sound. It sounds actually really good. There's a lot of ambience, and it just leaves like a little drips of water in the background, or just like a little slight growling from one of the alligators, and just, fair amounts of that kind of ambience. Action-wise, like when they're swimming around, you kind of get a little bit of splash in the rears. Front channels sound great. They're giving you a nice little bit of oomph to them. And it's just a very strong overall soundtrack, in my opinion. LFE kicks in fairly frequently, but it's not overused. It's very reserved, but when it pops in, it's really good sounding. So overall, I feel that Crawl digitally 4K is a worthy purchase. It is, of course, only available in that format digitally, no physical release for that. But, I think we get a lot for our money in this instance. So I would recommend picking up Crawl in 4K if you get the opportunity, if you didn't want to pick up the Blu Ray. But look for that review separately this week. I will, of course, be touching on it. And in the meantime, please let me know in the comments below what you thought of Crawl. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.